Hello, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey. No, it's not. Ooh, okay. I guess I'm live now. It was a little glitch. Hi, my name is Kira. I'm one of the co-founders of White Collar. Happy early fourth. And just to give you a little information about us, White Collar is a online skills building platform where you can get connected to a skills builder slash mentor where virtual mentorship can occur. So I want to write down one last thing because I took some notes today. I'm prepared today. I hope everyone is doing well and you have some fantastic plans for the fourth. If you don't have plans, I hope you get you the rest that you need. So we're in an affordability crisis. Um, we are in we have a lot going on, but most importantly, we are in an affordability crisis. Let me see. I'm seeing some people coming in. I don't know. I'm just getting some alerts. And do keep in mind, I am going to check periodically. So let's just do some housekeeping. First things first, this is going to be a 30-minute live. It's a hard stop at 10 o'clock. The second thing is that I am when I do start talking, I kind of get in the zone, and so I may not see the comments. So forgive me for that in advance. I will be periodically checking the comments. Um, Facebook is not great about telling me when people are on my live. Unfortunately, I usually don't find out until after my live. So if you have any comments or questions, I'll answer those. If I don't see it during the live, I'll answer it after the live has posted. This so there will be a replay on this, but it's a hard stop at 10 o'clock. So back to what I was saying, there is an affordability crisis. I know you guys, if you don't, if you didn't know this, you feel it, right? Um, Gas has gone up. It's starting to go down a little bit, but at one point, gas was $4 a gallon. Even in rural areas, it was expensive. Um, you have gas, mortgage, housing has gone up, not just for rent, but mortgage. Um, because the taxes have gone up. So ours has gone up at least $200. Now, in the grand scheme of things, that might not seem like much, but when you factor in all the other things that you have to pay more for, like gas, like food, um, like taxes, which feeds into your mortgage, all the different things, $200, you feel it. So everything is up. Nothing is down except for gas a little bit, but everything is up. And except your salary. That's the only thing that's not up is your salary. Still probably getting a little 3% or 1% cost of living increase, which is a joke, right? That's just a few extra dollars. It's not even covering the higher expenses that you have. And the reason I want to talk about this is because I'm very passionate about the working middle class and the things that happen that affect it, and the political climate that affects the working middle class. And now, you know, this whole affordability that we as American people were promised has actually become worse. It's less affordable now than it was 2 years ago. And corporations, companies, businesses have not um, are not paying employees to offset this balance, offset this in offset cost of living going up, and and then people are getting laid off and all these things, which make it even more unaffordable to live in America or the United States. And it's stressful. It's stressful. It's um it might be depressing for some people. money is on people's minds right now. The lack thereof is on people's minds right now. Whether they want to think about it or not, every time they get to the grocery store, they're watching the register. Um, they're looking, uh, they're spending less because they have less to spend. Because more of it's going towards their bills and and their monthly expenses. Um, they're not able to go on vacation like they used to. Vacation becomes a long forgotten dream. So all the creature comforts that we used to enjoy because we had more disposable income has gone away. So life has become about working, going to work, and coming home and doing it all over again 5 days a week. And then maybe not even having any, how we would, do little things on the weekend and extracurricular activities and different things. Those things have um, become, scarce or don't happen at all. And we're feeling it. We're all feeling it. There seems like the middle class is becoming extinct, and it's becoming the working poor and the very wealthy. If you don't know, Elon Musk just became a trillionaire. Um, at the expense of the American people, but we won't go into that. But he just became a trillionaire. So the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poor, or the middle class are getting poor. Doesn't feel good right now to be a working middle class American. Um, because there needs to be a balance. Right now, things are very imbalanced. There needs to be a balance between working hard, going out to, get, um, creating an income for yourself, right, at a job there, and then also being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Nobody wants to work hard every day, 5 days a week or 6 days a week or whatever days a week, and then not be able to do anything with the money outside of just hand it over to the bill collector. It's that can feel that can make people feel very hopeless and helpless, knowing that they're, or even if they don't want to spend their money on creature comforts, just not being able to save, not having a saving, not having a nest egg, not being able to put money aside for the things you want long term, or to put money aside to start planning retirement, because all your money is going towards your expenses, or a good percentage of it. So there is definitely an affordability crisis. The data is out there. They say inflation is outpacing income, and job creation is has slowed down since, what are we in, July? Has slowed down since June again. So job creation is slowing down. Um, so not enough jobs are being created to offset the people that are to offset the jobs that are being let go, right? And then, so there's a good chance in everyone's home, you either have someone that's laid off, or you have two people that are um, not quite making enough to get by, to excel or to grow. Um, and, you know, and it's just becoming more and more less affordable. So, how to weather the storm? We talked about what is happening, the different things that are happening right now in this economy. Um, and we don't know how long these effects are going to last. Because even if we get a new administration, it's going to be a lot of cleanup and heavy duty work before you see a change. So in the meantime, how do you weather the storm? I have a lot of ideas around that. So one of them being, you got to conserve your money. I mean, whatever little money you have. I know sometimes when we all make bad choices, spending choices. We get involved in some impulse buying, impulse spending, because goodness, what other joy are we going to have outside of this little trinket we see on TikTok, right? Life is lifing, and we want to buy ourselves something to make us feel better. That's why it's called retail therapy, right? And so we go and we splurge on something when we could be saving that money. Um, and we splurge on something we don't even need, right? We buy something to help us feel good, and by the time it arrives, we're like not even interested in anymore. That's how we know it's impulse spending, right? And so we have to become better at conserving our money. So learning how to conserve your money, and instead of go for short-term gains, save your money for long-term uh, gains. Um, Something that actually will is worthy of the investment. A purse, depending on the type of purse you get, because I know I'm a lover of purses. Depending on the type of purse you get, um, if you are going to get a purse, and get a purse that you can resell at a profit. Don't just get a purse that's cute. Do some research on the purse. Is it something that down the line that you can resell, um, that will have some value, will build on the value that it has currently, right? So don't just get things to get things. Think about the things that you're getting, and as a strategic business move. If you buy a purse that's a luxury purse, is it going to capitalize on its value in the next few years, so that if you do decide to resell it, you're making a profit? So think about the things that you're buying. I know that TikTok is telling you that you need this thing and you need it right now, but 9 times out of 10 you don't. So buy necessities, not wants. Buy needs, not wants. Oh, my skin, like, I'm just looking at how skinny I look. I'm sorry. I'm just admiring because I've lost some weight. So, um, but look at buy necessities only. Food, um, don't buy clothing unless you know you have a distinct purpose for it, whether, like, if it's for like a job interview, maybe. But shop your closet first. Shop your closet. There's a lot of things that are in our closet that we don't pay attention to because we buy for the thrill of things. Shop your closet. See what's in your closet first before you go out there and spend money that you don't have. Try to conserve your money for something that is going to produce long-term value, whether it's going back to school, whether it's of course getting a mentor. I would always talk about that. Education, nobody can is something you can always, depending on the type of track you go on, is something you could always capitalize on. Getting another certification, degree, gaining some knowledge is something you can capitalize on. So instead of diverting your money to material things, divert your money to educational opportunities that can add some income to what you already have. So looking at how you can save your money and divert it to something that will produce long-term value. Um, Career advancement. While you have a job, start looking for another job, right? If your job right now, if you've hit the glass ceiling at your job and there's no more money to be made and there's no positions to transition to, look at another employer, another company, start your job search again. You need to make more money right now. You cannot keep waiting on that 3% increase every year, because it's not enough to really offset the cost of living, right? And you only get it once a year. Meanwhile, things continue to go up incrementally every few months. And so even your subscriptions are going up. And so that's adding up, and it's not enough for you to just stay at the job you're at and wait on that increase, right? Because meanwhile, you're spending more every while you're waiting. So look at career advancement opportunities. While you have a job, look at for a job where you're making enough, where the salary is very clear, right? I try not to go for jobs where I don't know how much, after the fact, I'm finding out that it was way less than what I could, way less than I could really accept. So start looking for jobs that are in that range of what you need or what you want, um, and not only jobs that can pay your current expenses, but but the range is allows for you for some wiggle room, for expenses that might come down the line, or you want to be comfortable. You don't want to just go for exactly what you need. You're going to want to go for what you want, whether it's a few $5,000 more than what you really actually need. Allow yourself to have that wiggle room, because remember that $5,000 broken up over 12 months. So make sure that you're looking for another job if the job that you're currently at is is just makes life unaffordable, and you just don't see there being any room for growth in that current with that current employer. Consider portfolio careers. Okay, consider portfolio career. A portfolio career is where you are looking at creating additional income streams. So if you have a job now, and while you're looking for another job, because it could take a very long time before you find another job, look at creating a side hustle. Um, Maybe I had a friend, she was a therapist, she was a social worker, and she was doing DoorDash on the side on the weekends during her free time where she wasn't doing anything. So looking at, a side hustle to bring in the extra income to create a cushion for you so that you're comfortable, you and your family are comfortable. Um, Maybe looking at an investment portfolio. I have several, but one of them I have Acorns. It takes money. Money goes straight from your check into Acorns, their investment portfolio, and then they invest it for you. So, looking for ways you can create an investment account for yourself where your money goes automatic deposit into that investment account, and you don't see it. You don't even, you don't feel it, you don't see it. Um, Less likely that you'll withdraw from it. And so you have a nice little nest egg and cushion that's building as as and if an emergency does happen, you can pull from that as well. Because not every one of us is good about savings, although we should all be trying to also put some money, a percentage of what we make, of what goes into our checking, into our savings. So when we get paid, our paycheck should be a portion of that should be going straight into your savings, just like it goes straight into your investment portfolio automatically. But if if it's between the savings and investment portfolio, choose the investment portfolio, because the investment portfolio, the interest is um, much higher than you would have in your savings. Um, so you make more money through the investment portfolio. So if you have to choose between the two, go for the investment portfolio over the savings if you can't afford to do both. If you can't afford to have a savings and investment portfolio from your checking, from your paycheck, do the investment portfolio. You'll have greater gains with the investment portfolio. Um, and then you can also, another additional income stream you could do for the portfolio career is be a brand ambassador or an affiliate. We have an affiliate program right now where people get $20, $25 cash back for every referral that connects to a mentor or a skills builder on our platform. So there's lots of opportunities where you can be affiliates. A lot of big box companies do affiliate programs. And so you're getting paid for your recommendations. You're getting paid to bring in customers to that company, for something that you believe in, and that will help someone. So consider that as well. that can add up. Yeah, we probably do the highest amount when it comes to a brand affiliate. Most of the time, people only get $5 or $10, and that's from multi-million-dollar companies. We're offering $25 because we see you as an equal partner to us. And so $25 may not seem much, but that adds up, and that could be some spending money. If money is tight and you have literally only enough for your bills and nothing much over that, $25 can add up and give you at least a little spending money to play with. So we have an affiliate program, or we have a cohort right now. Our last day for this current cohort is July 6th, Monday, July 6th. Um, and then we'll have a meeting right after. We'll have a meeting on July 7th for any folks that did not attend our previous meetings for our affiliate cohort. So you have until July 6th to let us know of your interest, and then we'll meet with you on July 7th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to share information about the affiliate program. So email us at info@whitecollar.com if you're interested in being part of this affiliate cohort, which will run for 90 days. Most importantly, and I'm just checking the time. Okay, so I have some time because we're going till 10. So looking at getting in a portfolio career. I know we all don't want to trade our time for money. I know that blows right now. Having to less time for ourselves and spending more time trying to make money or making money, it really sucks, right? Like we already are so short on time, that knowing that we have to do more in order to make more is not ideal. However, if it's going to get our bills paid, because in a lot of ways some of us are barely getting our bills paid, or some of us are getting our bills paid and don't have any spending money and are just literally living check to check. And if our check was delayed, we would be behind in our bills. And and that alternative is worse than you just trading more of your time for more money. So if you have to trade time for money, consider it a temporary thing. A side hustle is what you need to do in the meantime, but in between time doesn't mean that it's going to be like this forever. While you're doing your side hustles, look for one job that will allow you to make more money, so you don't have to trade so much of your time for money. But while you're at the job that you're at, look at doing a side hustle. Look at, selling some, if you're a handmade, if you're someone that crafts or is a hand maker, I don't know what the term, artisan or something like that, and you paint, you draw, you sew, you knit, crochet, whatever. Look at selling some of your stuff at a local farmers market or some sort of vendor market to make some additional cash on the weekends. If you don't want to do a quote unquote DoorDash or Uber or Lyft, be open to possibilities and realize and recognize that this is just a temporary situation. This is not going to last forever, and you just have to do what you have to do to get by. You also can do some passive income things like investments. Looking at an investment account. I consider being in a brand affiliate or an ambassador. A brand ambassador, you usually just get free stuff. So I'm going to tell you the difference. The brand ambassador, you wear the brand paraphernalia, the t-shirts, the hats, whatever, and you promote the brand like that. But an affiliate marketing is where you actually make money promoting someone else's brand and bringing on customers. So consider being a brand affiliate. We have opportunity through White Collar, but there's other opportunities there, and get a little kickback for doing that. Maybe be a brand affiliate for multiple brands. You don't have to limit yourself to one brand. All you're doing is running your mouth. You're not doing anything outside of that. So that to me is a passive income stream. Um, and if you're just stumped about what to do, you just don't know what to do right now, with all the options out there. And you want to make sure you choose the right option for yourself. Consider connecting with a mentor. Consider connecting with a mentor. Right now, it's a lot going on. A lot of people are doing a lot of things. A lot of people are doing a lot of things that may not even be making them money, right? They're just glorified hobbies right now. And if your intention is to make money and you just want to make sure that what you do, what you spend your time doing actually produces the results you want, consider getting connected to a mentor. Or if you're not in the job market right now because you got laid off, and as right now, another silent epidemic is long-term employment. The statistics are people are being unemployed for 15 weeks or longer right now. And that's a long time. That's beyond the 12 weeks you get for unemployment payouts. Okay. So if your unemployment is being extended, then you're really in a bad situation. And you really do need to return to the job market quickly. However, the market is so competitive right now because so many people are unemployed and they're unemployed for longer periods of time. And I know thinking of something else that you have to pay for is just beyond you, right? It's just something you're not comfortable with. However, if you want to shorten the amount of time you're unemployed, this might be your only option. Your only option may be to connect with a mentor and talk to someone from your industry that can help you get back into the job market more quickly, that can help you with interviews, the interview process, doing mock interviews, that can help you with the types of jobs you need to be looking for, that can help, that can allow you to have affordable, living, or how to get into those jobs, that can maybe even help you get into or be a reference to get you into where they're at if they have a job, if they know, if they know of jobs available in their current employer, if they're not a business owner, if they're like an employee. So they could tell you about jobs out there. They can help you with mock interviews. They can gear and steer you in the right direction and shortcut you to success. Because it doesn't feel good to know that so many people not are just unemployed, but they're unemployed for extended periods of time and beyond what their unemployment will give. Even though unemployment is not much, I've been unemployed one time in my life, and it was $300 a week. Can you imagine? And it doesn't matter if you made six figures, it doesn't matter. This wonderful man we have in office has capped everybody at $300 a week. And so when you have a family, that's simply not enough. It's not even enough for a single person. So if you're desperate to get back in the job market, consider getting connected to a mentor by any means necessary. Think of it as an educational opportunity, and as a way and a means of you getting back into the job market, as an investment, so that you can, do so, because there's so many things up against anyone trying to get into back into the job market. I think I talked about that before in another video. That create barriers, and so you need a skills builder, a mentor, someone who is experienced, someone that is a strategic advisor to help you reintegrate back into the job market as soon as possible, ASAP. And you'll find the money. Like I said, if you have a savings, if you've been saving, if you have a retirement account that you can pull the money from to pay the mentor, to help get you back into the job market and get you secure employment, then that's what you have to do. You might have to pull from your savings. You might have to pull from your investment account, take out a loan on your investment account, or withdrawal. I don't think you could take out a withdrawal for something like that. There's certain requirements or conditions in which you can take out withdrawals, but you'll do what you have to do if your intention and your motivation is high. And so consider that if you're having any long-term unemployment issues, or if you're underemployed and the money is not stretching where you're currently employed at, consider connecting to a mentor. And I think we're at time, or we're almost at time. And so I'm going to wrap it up here. And so I told you about our affiliate program. The deadline for our current cohort is Monday, July 6th. I told you about the ways you could offset um, this unaffordability crisis, spend less, save more, put money towards things that will help you grow and help your money grow. Um, and so that's that. I have nothing else to say. We're done. Have a great July 4th and see you soon. Bye bye.